I've always had an interest in media. And many years ago, I was actually editor of a daily newspaper. And so we've known each other for quite some time. But I know you've been in this for quite a while. I'm not sure exactly how long, but maybe start with kind of your journey and how you got involved with media.
Yeah, so it's funny. Going all the way back to grade school, my friends and I would trade notes in class, but they weren't like love notes. They were stories. They were made up horror stories, creative fiction. And I realized I liked writing, and so that led me to submitting short stories to the high school literary magazine, and then going to college and thinking about journalism and ultimately landing on an English degree. And then when I graduated college, I got a job with a small weekly newspaper that covered suburbs of Cleveland in northeastern Ohio, and kind of did everything there from selling to writing to running errands for the staff. And then I, got married and started a family and kind of needed to climb the ladder. And someone suggested trade magazines. So I got into trade media, and I was the editor of a professional landscaping magazine for 5 years, which is very interesting. People during that time would ask me how to diagnose their lawn problem and things like that, because they thought I was a lawn expert. And I kind of became very familiar with grubs and chinch bugs and all that kind of stuff. And there was some, John, you and I both love golf, and there was some golf opportunities because we had a golf publication. So I got to go on some nice golf trips and stuff like that. And then basically had a little career hiccup after that. I kind of made a bad move chasing the almighty dollar, and didn't work out too well. But in hindsight, it actually did work out well, because then I found Babcock's Media and applied for an editor of an automotive magazine. At the time, I was thinking, automotive, not really my thing. I'm not really a car guy. It sounds boring, right? So funny that 20 years later, here I am. I just celebrated my 20th anniversary, and I know more about cars than I ever thought possible. So basically, I've been in trade media since 1999, and it's been very interesting. And, there are some parallels between this magazine, BodyShop Business, and my former landscape magazine. Interestingly enough, there's some parallels there. But yeah, so it's been quite the journey, and I'm going on, I guess, 32 total years in media.